modest for him, actually. But they were tough times. Kingsford Smith was battling bankruptcy.
Once I built a railroad.
A quarter of the country was unemployed, and a family with 2 kids got 16 shillings, or about $3 a week to live on, as the worst depression in world history had Australia in an iron grip of unemployment, sorrow and deprivation.
Once I built a tower, now it's done. Brother, can you spare
Unemployment, sorrow and deprivation. Well, what better time to set up an advertising agency? And that's when it happened. 60 years ago, a confident young bloke named George Patterson, Patterson with 2 T's, thank you very much, founded his famous company. And with another nice sense of irony, he did it on November 11, Armistice Day, and the day they hanged Ned Kelly. He wasn't to know it would also be a day we'd see a Prime Minister get the sack. Despite the crook times, the company whose goal it was to make other companies into institutions became an institution itself. The biggest and most successful agency in the country. One that in the past 60 years has reflected the changing face of Australia.
It's a great life if you don't weaken, you're a great guy. If you won't weaken, if you don't lose heart, the hardest part is the first 100 years.
Sydney in the 1920s, booming after the First World War.
To it if you come out strong, it won't be long till the sunshine appears.
The war had given Australia its own identity for the first time. We could stand up and take it with the best of them. The war had brought Australia out of its little shell on the bottom of the planet, and we now thought of ourselves as part of the world as a whole. And of course, we wanted what the rest of the world had. Prime Minister Billy Hughes strutted the international stage making an ass of himself. No one took any notice of him, but at least he was there. And according to George Patterson, it was the success of his selling of advertising and this famous book of cartoons about Billy Hughes which set George on the road to establishing his very own company. He learned quickly that simple, strong images were powerfully persuasive. And he learned quickly, too, that film and radio were the key to the future of selling.
Boots, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't, don't. Look at what's in front of you. Boots, 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 moving up and down again. Men, go men to watching them. There's no discharge.
Kiwi, one of the earliest companies in the world to make film commercials, became one of George Patterson's early clients.
Right.
When the Depression shattered business morale, George's confidence wasn't shaken. If anything, it gave him more resolve.
Ladies and gentlemen,
George knew that everyone needed to sell their wares, whether there's a depression on or not. And George was better at selling than just about anybody.
just what you bump the thieves that sit up there. Anything you like this.
What a welcome caller in the hot weather is the Iceman, bringing health and comfort with every block of ice.
Advertising in the 30s was less sophisticated than it is now. Life was simpler, and so were the products.
Why is the repairman always in the house? It won't be long before they get rid of that costly electric refrigerator and install an economical ice refrigerator. Because ice never breaks down. Ice saves Ma heaps of worry. Ice means kitchen comfort. Ice saves more than it costs. Ice saves food waste. Ice means safe food. Ice saves doctor's bills. Ice means nice food. Ice does not dry out the food. Put ice in with a drop of the doings. Keep everything nice. Use ice.
Yeah, that's right. Why would you want any of that newfangled electricity when you could have something like ice that had been around since man was knee-high to a woolly mammoth? Who knows what the average housewife in the 20s would have thought of this? No, we've come a long way since the days of the ice chest and the hand wringer and the sinfully modern gramophone, which was advertised in the 20s as a good way of keeping the kids at home. The 1920s were simpler times. They were harder times, and they required some hard selling. But, as we'll see soon, they spawned some of Australia's most famous stars.
I'm sorry, sir.
We'll be right back after this word.
I'll be right back.
After this word.
We'll be right back after this word.
What's that music?
That's what I want to find out.
On the eve of U2's Australian tour,
I think it's time to come out.
the past and present music style of U2.
I had one of the worst haircuts in the 80s.
U2, A Year in Pop, 10:35 tonight.
What do you call KFC's newest burger made with breast fillet chicken and a crunchy corn chip coating served with chips and a Pepsi? KFC's Big Crunch Burger Combo, of course. It tastes as good as it sounds.
Imagine, by adding Teflon to paint, it would be easier to clean. See? Living proof. Oh, now think of the colors. Oh dear. Maybe if we added zinc oxide to block out the ultraviolet rays, imagine, the paint would then be sunproof. Tallman's, paint with imagination.
Most roomy mid-sized family hatches are priced at around $18,000 to $20,000. Good value. Until now. The Kia Mentor 5-door hatch matches the competitors in style, quality and roominess, but blows them away with an amazing price. Just $15,990, drive away. Plus, you'll be blown away with free air conditioning worth $2,000. The Kia Mentor now with free air conditioning, just $15,990, drive away.
In the Lucky 7 lottery, this $10 ticket gets you into 5 draws for $1 million. It's only a matter of time.
$1 million Lucky 7. Hey, it might as well be you.
Solo now has a larger mouth, so you can slam it down even faster.
Religious scandal?
The woman was a nun, detective.
Or murder, plain and simple.
House on a forced entry. I've never seen that dead woman before.
A victim caught on the wrong side of town.
Very much so.
Murder call Monday 8:30 on 9.
By the mid-1930s, the worldwide depression was lifting, and the world was getting back its sense of humour. It was a time of booze, barnstormers and bathing beauties. The bitter economic drought had broken, and it was a time when a man felt it was okay to be a total ratbag again. For George Patterson, it was the time to go for it. He decided he'd go anywhere to grab clients, travelling all over the world dozens of times. He'd knock on the doors of head offices in Europe or America, convince them to give him their business in Australia, and come home with the client and the approved campaign in his back pocket. Of course, he got a few knockbacks.
Well, let's come outside and say, laddie.
But there weren't too many of those.
Well, it was because of George Patterson that Colgate got started in Australia. There was a shipload of their products was diverted from China to Sydney, and it was sitting in a warehouse. George found out about this and contacted Colgate in New York and said, I'll sell this for you. Ran a series of ads, sold it all, sent him another cable, said, send out some more product and I'll sell that for you. He did that so well that they decided to come to Australia and get established. So George was responsible for Colgate getting started here. Colgate never forgot it, and we with in partnership with Colgate-Palmolive, just like that, from those days, back in the early 30s, right up till about 1987.
Harry Griffith was a household name in Australia as sidekick to its most famous comedian, Mo McCarthy. When Mo said, cop this, young Harry, it was Harry Griffith who copped it.
Hey, Dad, there's a young lady at the door. A young lady, the little trimmer. Put down her, Harry. Go on, open the door and pronounce her.
Miss Olivia Shakespeare.
No, don't move. Just stand there. Oh, but how wonderful. Just like the three witches from Macbeth.
Strikingly lucky. Did you hear that? She said I had clean breeches and bad breath.
George Patterson was a firm believer in radio, but so were rivals like J. Walter Thompson. Together, their products and the shows they sponsored dominated the medium.
Oh, Jill, it's so good to see you again.
Oh, kiss me, darling. Jim, dear, Grant phoned me this morning.
Grant phoned you? What about?
About a lot of things, Mr. Saunders. I told you I'd get you, and here it is. Stop him, Jill.
He jumped through the window. Are you all right, dear?
Yes, I'm okay. There he is, right ahead. The big blue sedan. If I can only get close enough, I'd have a putt at it.
Well, be careful, Jim. This road's none too good.
Never mind, it's all or nothing.
Look out, Jim. He's got a gun, too.
Before long, George Patterson gathered up Gillette, Ford, AMP. Much of the advertising of the time was like the country itself, content to mirror the images seen at the movies of an American or British ideal, and portraying a world that today is only dimly remembered, a world that was changed forever in September 1939.
Fellow Australia, it is my melancholy duty to inform you that in consequence of persistence by Germany in her invasion of Poland, Great Britain has declared war upon her, and that as a result, Australia is also at war.
George Patterson's agency, like the rest of Australia, went to war. George couldn't go again. He was 50 and he'd done his bit the first time around. And just as his business flourished in the Depression, so too it took off during the war. Radio was in its heyday in the war years because newsprint was heavily rationed and the biggest newspaper ads were only 8 inches high by 2 columns wide. It meant that many advertisers had surplus funds they couldn't spend.
Did you get it?
George said, why not use that money to create our own radio shows that our clients actually own? So was born the Colgate-Palmolive radio unit that became simply huge.
Right up close. Your name?
Corporal Challen.
Corporal Challen? A nice little question for you, one that I think you'll like. Can you tell me the exact length of the Sydney Harbour Bridge?
1,762 feet, 11 inches in cold weather.
Tell me, that is correct, but how did you know? You have some extra...
well, I was a junior draftsman with the engineers who built it.
Hey, give me my hand.
It made stars of men like Bob Dyer and Jack Davy, and it made household names for dozens of Patterson's clients. Of course, George didn't have all the business.
During the war, he was at a cocktail party with the ministers of the Commonwealth government. And the war was a serious business because we were coming second, 5 years out of the 6th. And he was at this party talking to the ministers, and the minister said, well, Mr. Patterson, what do you think of our government advertising for the war loan bonds? George said, it stinks. Well, what would you do that was better? Well, he said, this is neither the time nor the place to discuss it. Set up a meeting. I'll tell you what you should do. The stuff that you fellas are doing at the moment wouldn't sell a cold bottle of beer in the Sahara Desert. So they set up a meeting. George rushed back to the agency, rang Jack Davy, said, get down here quick, Jack. He said, I've just told the government their advertising stinks. They want to know what I could do that was better. You got any ideas?
Whatever they did must have worked. They finished up raising tens of millions of pounds in war loans. Despite his bold business ventures, Patterson himself was a conservative man, old-fashioned and a stickler for protocol.
He was Mr. Patterson, underlined. Only 2 people in my area of the agency could call him George. One was the managing director of Colgate-Palmolive, and the other was Jack Davy, who was director of radio productions for him.
But he was also fair. During the war, he made sure that every one of his employees who went to war or did war work had £1 a week put into a special bank account that he'd set up for them, which they knew nothing about. When they returned from the war, many of them were delighted and surprised to find that this little nest egg could mean the deposit for a house. At the war's end, George was now a trusted advisor to the government. So much so, he was given the job of organising Sydney's victory party.
This is a very happy crowd. They're mad with excitement.
This is the prison of the future.
Prisoner 2675 has been delivered, sir.
Good. Absalom is the final solution.
Welcome to vacation paradise. Enjoy. Choppers on ready alert, sir?
Come on, fight it out. Ray Liotta and Millennium's Lance Henriksen.
I have to get off this island.
From the producer of Aliens and the Terminator.
I think you're gonna love it.
For the first electrifying time, Escape from Absalom, 8:30 Sunday on 9.
We are going to have to tighten our... If you want a biscuit snack that tastes great and is lower in fat, don't worry, be happy.
Snack Right from Arnott's. A great tasting biscuit range with up to 40% less fat. Snack Right and be happy. Snack Right and be happy.
Advantage Flea Control. Easier. Faster. For total flea control, it's all you need. Advantage by Bayer. Available from veterinary clinics without consultation.
Only one Australian family sedan can pull 2,300 kilograms. That's why Falcon's #1.
I'll go and round them up. We better be making a move soon, boys.
Running down the straight path. This furlong plays the third timer. Selected a half.
Gale force winds are expected in all coastal areas, and an all-shipping alert
like we're here for a while.
Hey, Charlie, I ran a Carlton mid.
Barometric pressure, and the low is now moving eastwards, moving eastwards. He's moving eastwards.
Hello. Won't be back today. The weather's turned bloody awful up here.
Apparently, new double hop Carlton mid-strength bitter.
In the late 1940s, as far as Aussies were concerned, we'd won the war and now we wanted to enjoy our freedom. And the government, in league with General Motors, had just the thing to give us, our own car. In 1948, not surprisingly, when the government commissioned General Motors to build Australia's car, it was George Patterson who won the business to advertising.
Come with us to Hobart. Her trees, blossom and fruit have earned her the name the Apple Isle. Picturesque homes, trees laden with fruit. Trees growing as close together as their branches will allow and drawing their nourishment from soil that is rich and deep and fertile. There's rare
Holden
beauty
played a very important part in the history of George Patterson's agency. From the start, when the agency coined Australia's own car, some of Australia's most famous car advertising was created for GMH. Post-war Australia was blooming, spreading itself out, making itself comfortable. Rationing ended in 1953 and most Australians wanted a car, a quarter-acre block and a secure job. Back then you could buy a Holden for £733 10 shillings. That's about $1,300. But it was a lot of money when you could have a house in a nice suburb in Sydney for only £2,000. In Melbourne it cost only 1,500 quid and in Brisbane you could buy a lovely Queenslander for about $1,000. Still, the average wage was only £6 10 shillings or $13, so you still had to save. Then again, interest rates were only 2%, so that made things a little easier. By this time, George had expanded so that he had offices in Melbourne and Brisbane, and he was now Australia's largest and most successful advertising agency, a position his agency still holds today. But the big news in Australia in the 1950s was this.
Television, no longer just around the corner, is monitored in a corner of the Hotel Australia, Sydney.
Television, September 16, 1956, just in time for the Melbourne Olympics. And the first face on Australian TV, albeit with a bit of a lean because the tiny studio was so crammed, was Bruce Ginger.
Good evening and welcome to television. Freddie Brentnell was the cameraman. I remember him kept saying, can you move over just a fraction? I haven't got you fully in shot. So it was like this, I think. Welcome to television.
Do you have any theories about why George Pat's would have become the preeminent agency in Australia, the biggest and the most famous?
Not a tangible one, but I suppose intuitively, when I first went to the George Pattersons, I must have been about 23, 24, you know, some 40-odd years ago. It was in radio days, and I was selling the Woman's Weekly. And it had a very strong, positive air about it. When you walked into the agency, it felt like the best agency in Australia. And, of course, in those days, it was very, very dominant in radio. It had very big accounts like Colgate-Palmolive. Cravenet cigarettes were the elegant signal. We hadn't got into the problems of smoking in those days. And a Cravenet was sort of the symbol of elegance. I mean, if in advertisements where people were wearing marvellous dinner suits and elegant women in long frocks, I mean, they'd be smoking a Cravenet and he'd have a gold cigarette lighter. And that sort of rather was reflected in Patterson's generally.
It's amazing how relaxing a good cigarette can be when you're trying to get one of these things tied. I think that's one of the reasons I enjoy Cravenet so much. They help me relax. And another reason I like Cravenet is that the quality of the Virginia tobacco used in them must make for a better smoke. And I know that only top quality tobacco is used in Cravenet.
When you buy milk arrowroot biscuits, always ask for Arnott's milk arrowroot.
Among George Pat's first ads on TV in the 50s were for companies like Arnott's.
The way we all know is best.
They're so nutritious.
In those days, Aussies were happy to accept their intrusion as simply the price they were prepared to pay to see their favourite shows.
Arnott's milk arrowroot biscuits are always fresh too, because the demand is so great, my stocks never have a chance to get soft.
Long before the word yuppie was invented, advertising was anxious to show us the sophisticated side of life. It was also apparently before the idea of conversation had been invented, and for that matter, ashtrays.
Gracious living, a fine old wine, pleasant music, a cigarette in front of the fire. These are the moments we strive for. These are the moments of perfection.
It seems like quaint stuff, but you can't just blame the copywriters. They were basically holding up a mirror to the public and reflecting the mores of the time. It was, after all, a time when, brace yourself girls, a responsible position was, well, typing.
Gone is the day when the woman's place was said to be in the home. Today, many women play an active part in many different walks of life. They hold responsible positions in the business world, promote interest in Australian fashion, gain world recognition in sport, as well as successfully managing their own homes.
However, you could blame the creative guys for coining some familiar cliches. It was the time of university-controlled tests and miracle additives like
Liscott, which leaves your hair far more obedient, shining with health.
And
Strobane, the miracle ingredient proved the most active insect killer of all.
And now and again they told you what was really in it.
Hey, strong ammonia.
It was a time when a car was good because
It's curved. The curved styling gives you much more room inside, more room than any car anywhere near the price.
advertising was becoming more sophisticated, even if we didn't have Steadicam and we got the reverb on the hand-over-ear voiceover by recording it in the dark.
Shaped by the rugged wind and the powerful sea, the oldest of continents. With elemental beauty and power, that's the perfect setting for the new 1966 Turbo Smooth Holden.
It was turbo smooth, whatever that meant, and the only thing the car didn't have was a turbo, but we loved them. It was a time when a Kingswood with a tennis ball on the tow bar was every man's dream, and as for a Monaro, oh, king, gas, fab.
You are in the future, now, in the new Monaro, just released. It gives you now what other cars wish they could. Like lines that get better looking every minute. Like a new optional all-Australian V8 engine with big, lazy power that drives these wider track wheels wherever you dare to go.
Of course, flogging indigestion tablets and soap powders for half a century is not always the most fulfilling job in the world. So you could forgive the account directors for a few in-jokes here and there.
The big but. Nice girl, but what? But needs Odoronu.
Jokes aside, as long as we had body odour and bad breath, as long as clothes and floors got dirty, as long as blokes wanted to shave their chins and women their legs, the future of advertising and television was assured. The only battle left to fight was to decide who got the bigger bite of the business.
How do you like your earrings?
Big.
How do you like your leading men?
Cheeky.
Be right back after this word. If it's Tuesday, it must be time to let it all hang out. We're not pulling any part of your anatomy, but this program is an absolute whiz. Australia's funniest home videos at 8 Say I Do to Weddings. Then, buckle up for a bumpy ride.
Do not try this at home.
It's the mad, mad world of sports. And watch as Australian lives are at risk on real TV. If it's Tuesday, it must be Channel 9.
You ever wondered what McDonald's staff eat for lunch?
Hey, what are they doing eating a large Pizza Hut pizza?
Oh, come on, it's just $6.95. Why wouldn't they?
A large takeaway pizza, only $6.95, available every day.
Everyone's talking about it, but just how good is your home loan? Does it give you a low rate of 5.99% per annum, guaranteed for the first year to get you off to a good start? Nope. Does it let you borrow more if you need extra money at any time? Oh dear. Does it let you redraw your extra repayments if you get sick or lose your job? Perhaps not.
My home loan does all those things because it's from the bank.
Which bank?
Smile for life, once you smile for life. There's a life in every smile, in every woman, man, and child. Smile for life, keep it going on, keep on smiling, smiling, live a life in every smile.
Help our children smile and avoid drug abuse. Buy a badge and smile for life.
Daddy who? Daddy cool.
The Hyundai Excel, Australia's #1 selling 4-cylinder car, still offers great value with a big 1.5-litre fuel-injected engine, big interior, big boot and 3-year 100,000-kilometre warranty. And now from just $13,990 drive away and free air conditioning, it's a truly exceptional value package. No more to pay.
Daddy cool, daddy cool.
Hurry, this offer is for a limited time only.
Oh, sorry I'm late. Are your parents here?
They're at the table already. Here, take this.
What's this?
Lamb souvlaki.
Lamb souvlaki? Where did you learn to make lamb souvlaki?
Lamb, the multicultural meal.
Now, is it true that you write your own pieces, Barry?
It's true, Desmond.
And what are you going to play for us now you've come down from Brisbane?
Time is passing by.
All right, then, we'll hear you all together.
The swinging 60s. It was a time of sex, drugs and rock and roll and, of course, selling. Youth, seen and not heard in the 40s, kept under control in the 50s, broke out in a big way in the 60s.
And when the day is over and all the circuits meet, you go down to the third club to dance and stomp and beat. And when the
Kids now had big spending power, and for advertisers it was a fast, furious and fickle market. One year's high flyer was tomorrow's turkey. With the arrival of the 60s, George Patterson handed over the reins of his company to others.
Hello, Hubert. Remember me? It's George Patterson speaking to you from down under in Sydney, Australia.
He'd been an advertising legend for a long time now. A quiet, serious man, and not one for the limelight. He died in 1968, and the book he wrote about his life says it all. Its title was Life Has Been Wonderful. And typical of George, all proceeds went to the Red Cross. Mr. Patterson left behind an agency run by men and women who followed his example, not just in how the company was run, but also in advertising grounded in the strong idea and the unique selling proposition.
Now, as no other toothpaste can, new improved Colgate with Gardol stops bad breath and fights tooth decay all day. Here's how it works. Just as this invisible...
Look at some of the advertising for Colgate to see how often the strong visual was used as the brand's advertising stamp.
Stops bad breath.
Why wouldn't you be confident in a company that had such a confident ring about it?
You've got the Colgate ring of confidence.
She's having a wonderful time, then suddenly romance fades away.
Bad breath was the bubonic plague of the 1950s, but not quite as serious as yellow undies. And the clients and companies spent billions trying to corner that market.
Fabulous Fab. The only thing I don't believe is that bit about lemon charge. I say the only thing I don't believe...
Believe us, new Fab is lemon charged to whiten.
And the secret wasn't always to get an ad the public liked.
Ripper, Rita. I know the way to a young man's heart.
Here's a famous ad man named R.R. Walker, who in the late 1950s was George Patterson's Melbourne manager.
We believe it is more important for people to buy your product than it is for them to like your commercials. In fact, when we hear people say, oh, we like that commercial, warning bells start ringing in our minds. When they say they love them, we're really worried.
The technique of ads that attracted so much attention they could eventually drive people mad also attracted the attention of the biggest names in the media business.
In the advertising world, George Patterson's is the establishment. For the last 50 years, they've managed to convince you to part with millions of dollars for dog foods, deodorants, detergents, you name it. So if your kitchen has ever been hit by a white tornado or your clothes have been lemon charged, then you owe it all to this place.
Mrs. Marsh, glad you could come.
Hi. I've been looking forward to staying overnight with the boys.
And if ever there was one woman who more people loved to hate than any other, it was Mrs. Marsh. But she sold a hell of a lot of toothpaste. Somehow the little busybody had a piece of chalk and coloured water no matter where she was.
The fluoride in Colgate Fluoriguard gets into the enamel surface, like liquid gets into chalk.
And then there was Madge the manicurist, who was always marinating someone in a dish of detergent.
What have you been doing? Mixing cement?
Have you ever tried Palmolive dishwashing liquid?
For softening hands. Dishwashing liquid?
Dishwashing liquid?
Dishwashing liquid? Oh, sorry. Dishwashing liquid? No.
Oh, well, softens your hands while you do the dishes.
Madge is actually that wonderfully jolly soul actress Robina Beard.
I was doing Madge for nearly 20 years. And,
really?
And we did 3 the first year and 3 the second year, and then we did 2 or 3 every year after that. So if you add it up, it's about 50, something like that.
50 commercials. That's amazing, isn't it?
You're soaking in it. Dishwashing liquid? You know you're soaking in it. Dishwashing liquid? You know you're soaking in it. Dishwashing liquid? You're soaking in it. Relax. You're soaking in it. You're putting me on. Good things always last. Look at me.
How much did it actually affect your life? Because you're an actress and a dancer. Did it tend to take you over a bit?
Yes, but my whole life in the theatre has always been as a comedian, so it really didn't stop me doing things that I love to make people laugh. That's the thing about my career that I enjoy the absolute most.
I suppose the big question is, if they came to you now and said, well, Robina, we want you to be Madge again, would you?
Yes. I like being recognised. I'm a ham.
Madge the manicurist, Mrs. Marsh and Rita all served their purpose and became national institutions in their own right. But as Australia came out of the 80s, there were new markets and a more sophisticated consumer who responded, indeed demanded, more sophisticated advertising.
I think the days of intrusive advertising, like Rita and the other representatives probably passe, in the sense that viewers can be very selective. The remote control's got a lot to answer for, in the sense they can zap us in 2 seconds. I think we've learned over the years they actually have to like your message as well. That's the big difference between that sort of advertising and the work we are producing these days. The cut-through is still necessary, but we need the likability.
Coming up, something that no one's ever argued about. Sex sells.
Thalidomide. They said it could never happen again.
When I saw the hands, I knew her legs would be damaged as well.
Now, the tragedy of a second generation.
The government people are trying to hide that.
And watch out when you take on Ruth Cracknell. 60 Minutes, Sunday.
See this? It's a fantastic beach towel. It's huge! And it's free with every Optus Freestyle phone package from Optus World until November 23. At this price, there's never been a better time to visit your Optus World store. What a shame this Freestyle towel offer has to end. Interested in our free beach towel offer, are you?
No. My brother is.
For your Freestyle phone package and a free beach towel, come to Optus World.
Doors Plus, no fuss.
Doors Plus have completed their annual stock take and are heavily overstocked. The good news is that Doors are now open for their 5-day total stock clearance. This is a great opportunity to save up to 50% on bifolds, entry doors, interior doors, 10 light joinery doors and locks, knobs and knockers. Plus we can fit, stain and deliver. Remember, 5 days only, must end Monday. For a free measure and quote, visit a Doors Plus showroom today. Doors Plus, no fuss.
Advantage Flea Control. Easier. Faster. For total flea control, it's all you need. Advantage by Bayer. Available from veterinary clinics without consultation.
Being number one is something I recommend. It's being on top of the world. Yeah, everyone can get better at everything. I can get better at running. Just get out there and race and be the best you can. The kind of things my feet have, that's what I want in a shoe. Stability, support, lightness. My feet are my life.
What do you call KFC's newest burger made with breast fillet chicken and a crunchy corn chip coating, served with chips and a Pepsi? KFC's Big Crunch Burger Combo, of course. It tastes as good as it sounds.
In the 1960s, the advertising agencies discovered sex, or at least Australia did, and an actress named Sabrina gave a whole new meaning to the phrase grease nipples.
I was giving the usual Caltex service to my customers the other day when who should drive up but Sabrina. I recognized her at once, and she recognized me too, and asked me were the Marfac TV demonstrations I do real. I straight away invited her into the office.
My, this fry pan really is hot. Had it turned right up.
My goodness, it really is hot.
About 180 degrees, I'd say. That dark one on the left is Marfac. The other is a conventional chassis grease.
Gee, look, the other one's beginning to go already.
The Marfac hasn't even budged. Can you believe your own eyes?
Can't deny it. That conventional grease looks real burned up. And it's Caltex for me.
Despite its image as one of the most conservative of agencies, the BHP of the ad business, George Pat's also loosened up. And just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, the copywriters discovered that even what came from cows was horny. Apart from occasional friskiness, though, George Patterson's has been a pretty conservative agency, like George himself. Big, solid, dependable. The slogan is, the product is king and not the ad. From the beginning, George Patterson tried to make the product famous, but he found that sometimes the best way to do that was to use somebody famous to start with.
You need something as powerful as Ajax powder to get right down to the dirt and clean up after you. Just look at that buff! Oh, you dirty old man!
Ajax will fix it, Harold.
It's actually still one of the most powerful devices in advertising. We've had tons of experience way back, say, from Jack Davey through to mega stars, international stars, and they're still very, very relevant and very powerful. Probably the most powerful experience we ever had was with ABBA, the Panasonic. I was fortunate enough to go to Sweden for 2 weeks and help make those commercials. Bright and bushy-tailed, there I was with the greatest stars in the world. And they actually turned the Panasonic brand around in this country, remarkably successful. So certainly the star is all-powerful.
There is so much more to National. So much more than just the many, many things we make with it.
This is murder.
Come here, customers. You know, I don't know why people...
I lost 5 kilos in 1 week.
Hey, Dal, almost finished. Chop some wood for the barbie, will you?
And as years go by, we'll still be there to work and care and see you make.
You could be part of Woolworths, a great Australian success story.
Hi, Mum.
Really, it's a wonder you can't get them on prescription.
But I can fix that.
Oh, Barry.
We're spoiled. Spoiled?
No fleas from Exelpet.
I've just used this new Dynamo bleach and my wash is blinding.
Do you make these savings automatic?
All through these past 60 years, some very well-known faces have been seen in George Patterson's ads.
That's like asking if my Spathiphyllum Cleveland I missed its daily watering.
Although they might not all have been well-known at the time. Right, Gary?
Ah, Fab, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, the wife always uses Fab. She reckons it gets things white.
Oh, yes.
Well, it does, doesn't it? I mean, this shirt comes out white, all right? Smells fresh, too. But I can't take all the guff about lemon charged. I mean, who ever heard it?
Believe us, Fab is lemon charged to whiten. Bank on it.
In fact, the ads that George Patterson has made are like tiny time capsules of Australia as she gets older and maybe wiser. You can almost track the trends, the things that we thought were important and the things we thought were fun. Come with me as we see how we've grown. For a start, the medium has changed, the message has changed, morals have changed, and thank God, mums have changed.
Whatever made her choose a washing day? I'll be just dead, Tad. Oh, well.
How is Helen getting on?
Well, I'm rather worried about her. The housework seems to be getting her down.
Oh, my dear, you simply must try it.
Here we go.
Wonderful. I will.
Oh, you're back again now.
John, darling, I'm never going to be cross on Mondays again. Anne's been telling me about the most marvelously easy way to do the washing.
Well, that's a step in the right direction.
Oh, hello, dear.
Why, Helen, you look so happy.
I should think I would be. I did the washing with Rinso today, and it's simply marvelous. I just soak the clothes, and look, aren't they wonderfully white?
They are.
Rinso makes such lovely suds. There's no rubbing, no backache, and the work is done in half the time.
Yes, steady. I'll be wanting to try it myself.
I'll let you someday. Oh, I don't even mind Joan getting her frocks dirty now. Rinso makes them beautifully white and spotlessly clean without hard rubbing. My dread of washing day has gone forever, thanks to Rinso.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
That's original.
Emerson High, 1975. You're in my class.
I was your teacher.
And while the battle of the sexes was being won, the battle of the bulge was being lost. Australian consumers demand more nibblies than practically anyone on earth.
Over you. I won't have you stockpiling twisties in my crystal cabinet.
What next? That Henry sure loves savoury twisties.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the real potato taste of Smith?
Twisties, put a sparkle in your day. Susie loves Bluey, Louie loves Flo, Bubsy loves Pogo, Miss loves the bone.
Smith's Crisps, the original and best.
Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering, it's all done with wires suspended from the ceiling.
Life's pretty straight without twisties.
From the back of beyond rides lanky Jack with his stockman Bill beside him.
Cars have changed from being generations of workhorses.
On the properties out here, you'll find Holdens by the dozen, model after model from the very first Holden ever built.
To best mate in an awkward situation. To cars that knock spots off the opposition. To the quiet and well-composed suburban machine.
plenty of room in the boot too. As much luggage space as you'll ever need. You can't go past Holden for value.
Ignition Pulsar. Under both Wheels Quality Award and Wheels Car of the Year Award.
The great way to move is Holden.
There's change in the air. Just wait till you drive it.
Bible fleet.
We'll be right back.
100% of your minimum daily requirement.
What's that music?
That's what I want to find out.
On the eve of U2's Australian tour.
I think it's time to comment.
The past and present music style of U2.
I had one of the worst haircuts in the 80s.
U2, a year in pop, 10:35 tonight.
Now, there is poppy seed, wheat, corn. Soybean, wheat, corn, rye, canola. Well, there's wheat, corn, rye, sunflower seed.
Trust us, there's 9 types of grains in new Tasty Vita Wheat with 9 grains, so don't count them, just enjoy them. Make lunchtime 9 times tastier with new Vita Wheat with 9 grains.
I'll go and round them up. We better be making a move soon, boys.
Running down the straight path, this furlong plays the third timer. Selected a half.
Gale force winds are expected in all coastal areas, and an all-shipping alert
like we're here for a while.
Hey,
Charlie, I ran a Carlton mix.
Barometric pressure, and the low is now moving eastwards, moving eastwards. He's moving eastwards.
Hello? Won't be back today. The weather's turned bloody awful up here.
Apparently. New double hop Carlton mid-strength bitter.
Shopping trolleys are great little helpers, but each year thousands disappear from stores. In the wild, they're a risk to public safety and the environment. Now you can help bring these wandering trolleys back under control. If you see a trolley that's wandered away from any of these stores, make a free call to Trolley Tracker, 1-800-641-497, and we'll send a Trolley Tracker team to bring it back to the fold. Each month, one lucky caller to Trolley Tracker will win a $1,000 supermarket open order. So help keep shopping trolleys where they belong. Call Trolley Tracker.
Aerozone 2-in-1's active ingredients neutralize bad odors, sending them on their way. Then it delicately fragrances the air. Aerozone 2-in-1 neutralizes odors, fragrances the air. Now with an exciting new range.
From the Pulitzer Prize-winning author and the Academy Award-winning director of Forrest Gump.
This morning's detection of an unidentified radio source from deep space can neither be confirmed nor denied.
Whatever it is, it ain't local.
You know those interlaced frames that we thought were noise? This says structure.
The message contains instructions for building some kind of a transport.
Transport?
By doing this, you're willing to give your life. Why?
We are not alone.
Contact.
Whiskers time.
Whiskers time.
Is the time. We love the best.
They say never work with kids or animals, but for ad agencies, they're the stuff of life. We're people who love our pets, and we've seen them jump over fences, find people lost in the snow, and doing animal tricks to make sure we know the right brand to buy.
Underdog, come on,
Rover? Oh, he's...
Whatever shape your dog is, with Meaty Bites, he's in good shape. With Meaty Bites, he's in good shape.
Ladies and gentlemen, you obviously know what is going on.
And while we love our pets, we love our beer, that most Australian of drinks, maybe a little bit more. And in any situation or any location.
All over Australia, there are people on the move.
Everywhere you go, the feeling shows. Foster spreads the fame. In
in the land of the Southern Cross. The land of the Southern Cross.
Times of good cheer and a cold glass of beer were more than enough for a hard-working man.
Here's one young lady who's perfectly at ease.
And as for fashions, they've always kept the copywriters working overtime.
Getting wrinkles!
Mini Magic pantyhose.
Dresses get longer and shorter and in and out of date at about the same rate as hairstyles.
Hey man, have some twisties.
Of course, Australia is a rapidly changing place, more multicultural than ever. And the famous Memories commercials have been the most awarded television campaign in our advertising history.
My husband struggling with a bunch of suitcases, my little child on my hands, and all of us being pushed up this stairway. And I remember always looking back and seeing my mother and father crying and sort of blowing their noses with their handkerchiefs.
When you're thinking of home, go home on the telephone.
Australia, sometimes advertising plays with the past. Sometimes it follows trends, sometimes it leads, and then leaps well into the future at the cutting edge of technology and computers.
Dial 1 first before the long-distance code of number, and Optus will save money for your business.
Freedom Select Deluxe. And more, much more in fact than you'd expect from a normal bank account. No wonder everyone is warming to Freedom Select Deluxe.
George's agency has come a long way in 60 years. He would never have imagined the changes that computers would bring, the way the media of tomorrow will give us so many new choices, and how perhaps one day advertising will be created and produced for an audience of just one.
Fill her up, thanks. No problem. Well, there you go. It's all okay. Thanks a lot. See ya. Have a good day.
But I'm sure that George Patterson, who by all accounts was basically an upright man, would have been happy to know that the country he helped build would head towards the 21st century strong and profitable by world standards, which is how he judged everything. He gave himself a wonderful, rich and happy life through advertising, but he wasn't selfish about it, and he always wished the same for his country and all Australians. Indeed, he devoted the last page of his book to the hymn that says a lot about this country, a country George Patterson spent a lifetime selling.
I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizons. I love her jewel sea, her beauty and her terror, the wide brown land for me. Core of my heart, my country, her pitiless blue sky. When sick at heart around us we see the cattle die. But then the grey clouds gather, and we can bless again the drumming of an army, the steady soaking rain. Core of my heart, my country, land of the rainbow gold. For flood and fire and famine, she pays us back threefold. Over the thirsty paddocks, watch after many days, the filmy veil of greenness that thickens as we gaze. An opal-hearted country, a willful, lavish land. All you who have not loved her, you will not understand. Though earth holds many splendors, wherever I may die, I know to what brown country my homing thoughts will fly.
Why didn't you call, huh?